Tonight on Inside West Coast Customs.
I need you to turn this into paint.
Do a spray gun?
They would be happy.
I got caught red-handed. Ah, that's not good.
Keep that right hand right here.
What? Some say customization is a thing of the past. But after 20 years in this business, we're still standing. Never giving up. Always moving forward. As the industry has changed, we've advanced. It's about thinking outside the box and redesigning the wheel. Striving for perfection, even in the smallest details. Innovation instead of imitation. Always looking forward, but never forgetting where we came from. It's about hard work and dedication, making the impossible look simple. Some say customization is a thing of the past. I say it's the future. So follow me inside West Coast Customs. Lexus is partnering up with Sriracha, and they want to build a car. So this build's going to be really fun. The only issue is, how does adding hot sauce work? So I'm going to head down to the Hui Fong plant and see what this build's all about.
Hey, Ryan.
Hi. You Brian?
I'm Brian.
Nice to meet you.
Home of Sriracha.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
It smells hot. I'm really excited to hear about this build, so.
Well, I am too. I have two 20-year-old daughters, and they love Sriracha. They put it on everything. And so when our team said, what other kinds of things can we do with an IS that puts it out in front of the youngest buyer in the industry? I said, boy, I'll tell you what, I know personally there's a connection with Sriracha. Hello, you must be David.
David, Ryan.
I'm Brian with Lexus.
Hi, David. I'm Ryan.
Hi, Sabrina.
Nice to meet you.
I'm your tour guide today. Hui Fong actually started in LA in a 5,000 square foot building. Over the years, the sauce just blew up, and now we're in a brand new 650,000 square foot building. This is our one location worldwide that we make our product from.
Wow, of course it's red.
Yeah, of course, right?
I even like the wheels.
Yeah.
A little custom.
A little custom.
David Tran is our founder and owner, and he came over from Vietnam after the war on the Hui Fong freighter boat, and so that's where we get our name. He was born year of the rooster, and that's where we get our rooster logo from.
But now we need to start doing some brainstorming, figure out ways to make the car and Sriracha work.
You know, it's got to be cool, but not overdone.
That's kind of the magic you guys do.
I think we can do it. I think we can do it.
We produce anywhere between 20 to 30 million bottles of Sriracha, so that's just one of our products per year.
Dang, that's spicy.
So we'll have to get our hairnets on?
Does it go like this?
Amazing.
So right back here you have our grinders, and once our peppers are all ground, it'll travel through the pipelines into our mixers. We mix up our base, and then we send them for storage.
They do basically what we do, everything under one roof.
So here you have our
Whoa, that's our base coat.
And can you make the paint look like that?
Yes.
Wow.
It is so clean, huh?
Every bottle starts like that?
base. We make these preforms here on site.
Maybe there's a way to do something where what's inside the Sriracha bottles could be done somehow with the string.
These are silk screeners.
Oh, so those are the silk screeners right there? Everything under one roof.
He rolls the bottle.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
We're able to produce 18,000 bottles in 1 hour.
That is awesome. Just like T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. So where does it dump into Sriracha?
So right over here at this first window, you can see it on that side. And then over here on this side, we'll be putting on the cap.
That green, we definitely got to put that green in there.
That's the signature look,
Yeah.
isn't it?
We got to do this tastefully. You know, we got to add it into some places that really, you know, make sense. Wow, packaging robot.
That's a lot of Sriracha.
Yeah, this was cool.
I love the rooster. I think we have to figure out how we can actually use the rooster as much as the name Sriracha.
Yeah,
Where can we put it in the car?
Because everybody knows that rooster.
Exactly. It's going to have virtually an everyday calendar of events, of the different food and wines we do around the country. There's all kinds of culinary events, assuming he gets it done on time.
What a great tour.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Cool.
Have a nice day.
All right,
Thanks
thank
so
you.
much. Man, that was cool.
Yeah, I got some ideas. I think I got enough to go back, sit with Musa. Hopefully they can get us a car and we'll start building it. We'll come up with some little magical renderings. I'll send them over to you and...
I can't wait.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thank you very
Thanks
much.
for coming out. The green top, the beautiful red. I can't wait to see what happens when they start thinking.
I want to show you around the shop too.
Any day I will come out and do that. That's a great idea.
And I think, you know, at the end of the day, we make it where people look at it and say, wow, I want that addition. Even though it's not going to be an addition, but at the same time, it'll be fun. Okay, Musa.
What's up, Brian?
Here you go, buddy.
This is the challenge of the day.
Okay.
So I met with Lexus in Sriracha, and we got to basically make this look like a Lexus.
Put wheels in it.
Yeah, could you do something like that?
Yeah.
Paint color is probably one of the most important things. They want it to literally look like this. We're gonna have to do some spray outs to really make sure we hit that color exactly and that texture exactly the way it needs to be. They want some branding.
Maybe some green accent on the grill and the exhaust. We don't want to go overboard with this, just kind of make it IS300 Sriracha style.
They want the steering wheel to be filled with Sriracha. So we'll have to come up with an option for them on that. A couple little highlights on, you know, in the interior they want to do.
Stitching, something like that.
Yeah.
Door panels.
And they want us to get creative too, you know. The details, it's all gonna be in the details on this.
And maybe since we have buttons, we should do the heater controls since it's a hot sauce.
That'd be cool. Yeah, little details like that I think they'll really, really like.
Yeah.
And then the trunk, they want to have like a Sriracha display. So I think that'll really make it custom for them, but not over the top. So usually when I meet with Musa, it's you got to make this door open, this roof come up, this thing do this. This build's a little different. You know, we definitely don't want this to feel like gimmicky. We want it to be cool and still, you know, speak to Lexus and speak to the brand.
So keeping that luxury feel, but yet.
Take that Lexus and make it spicy.
Awesome. Got this.
All right. Good luck, Musa. Let's
get going.
Don't eat all this on lunch, okay?
So I gotta do some research real quick. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing now.
Next on Inside West Coast Customs.
The paint is going to be the trickiest thing.
I get the idea.
How do you really make paint look spicy? I need you to turn this into paint.
So can we just spray this through a spray gun?
They would be happy.
It's like a cooking show.
The rendering's done, now it's time for the build meeting. I'm gonna call Kenny up here, give him some hot sauce, talk about this build, and really hopefully put some pep in his step since it's a pretty simple build, pretty straightforward. He should knock this thing out of the park. All right, Kenny, take a seat. I got a little surprise for you.
All right, I like surprises.
So it's like our first build meeting that you get to have a little snack.
Thank you.
So, Sriracha and Lexus. We need to basically make a car look like that. Not the cracker, though. The sauce. So how this tastes is how we need to make this car look.
Nice and hot?
Yeah, hot, I'm on fire.
I'm like, I get the idea.
Okay. Definitely, I think he's got a good taste for it. You know, it's got to be hot. It's got to pop. We need to turn this Lexus into the Sriracha Mobile. You know, it's still classy, looks good. So this is what Musa's come up with. Customers already approved it. The paint is going to be the trickiest thing because we're going to have to come up with some way to paint it to look like that. You know, just the texture-wise without putting real texture in it. Because we don't want it to, like, feel rough.
so we wanted to kind of have that depth. So that's going to be, to me, the hardest part. The rest of it's pretty easy. We're going to 3D print some badges, do some Sriracha branding on the interior, so like on the heater, you know, make it like it's hot. You know? The steering wheel is going to be tricky. Fingers crossed, the steering wheel doesn't, you know, throw a wrench in the system. They originally wanted it to be filled with Sriracha sauce, and I told them it'll probably look pretty bad in a week or so. We're thinking paint the inside steel piece and then put some kind of clear resin or something over it to make it look like it's in the bottle.
Take a mold of the steering wheel?
Yeah. And the rest of the stuff they want to do, you know, in the trunk, a little display for the Sriracha, you know, bottles, some interior work on it, just adding their branding in some of the colorways. So not too much on the interior. It's really the steering wheel and the paint is my biggest concern. And then we'll come up with a green that matches like that cap that we can do on the grill and on the calipers.
Interesting build.
Yeah, something different.
So Ryan just brought me the Sriracha build, gave me a couple of samples of it, which is hot. I'm still actually recovering from it. So what we got to do is figure out the steering wheel, the accessories, the badging, the seats that we have to make, the paint. And if we get those figured out, hopefully we can get this build knocked out real quick.
Because we don't have a lot going on right now, this should be a pretty simple build. We don't have to really make a bunch of stuff that doesn't exist. So take that and probably take that bottle of Sriracha. I think
a bottle of water to cool my mouth down.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets this thing done pretty quick for me. The challenge with this build is definitely the paint. Since they want it to look like we sprayed it with Sriracha, how do you really make paint look spicy? The car's fully broken down. The guys are working hard on it. Now it's time to call in Rhino.
Catch the wave.
Looks good.
Getting there.
It's really time to see what kind of spicy paint he can come up with.
So this one is a little bit different than the ordinary. And it seems that I keep saying
Everything we're
that, but you know
doing is
why?
different, right?
That's true. So don't get mad when you see this build. All right, so
Where's the car?
right there, bud.
That's some spicy hot sauce right there,
Yeah,
huh?
so we're gonna have lunch
Okay, all right.
in the booth with some Sriracha. I need you to turn this into paint.
So can we just spray this through a spray gun?
If you can make it work and we can clear coat it,
Can we try it?
they would be happy.
Let's do it. That'd be awesome.
Can you make me some samples and then we get them approved? We'll pull the car in and spray it.
Sounds good. Let's get it spicy.
It's always a challenge.
Yeah, it is. Everything's a challenge here. That's why I love working here.
But work your magic. Work your magic.
All right. So I just got the West Coast Customs. Ryan asked me to make a spicy base coat to match Sriracha. We're gonna get some samples done and get this Lexus sprayed. Oh, look at the little pearls in there. Pretty close. So right now we got the base color mix. We're pretty close to it. We got a nice match as far as the base goes. What we're gonna do is give him a mild, medium, and a hot base coat sample. So we'll do one with pearl and the candy and maybe a little flake into it and see which one Ryan likes. I got caught red-handed. First, let's try and spray some Sriracha. First time ever spraying hot sauce through a spray gun. It's a little bit on the thick side. Well, now we definitely know we can use some flake in it because it sprays just like a mini flake.
They want the paint to look like Sriracha sauce. Ultimately, he's gonna make me a couple samples that I'm gonna choose from.
Now that's how paint should spray.
Pick one, and then hopefully he can really start painting that car tonight.
Samples are done. Perfect.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs.
Didn't you always say you wanted a Lexus steering wheel?
I'll put it on my Yugo.
They want us to fill it with Sriracha.
That's the problem. You're getting a kick out of this.
And if that's not enough, boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya said, wrap my Lambo really quick. Now that the paint samples are off the Lexus, it's really time to get in the inside of this car. So I'm gonna meet with Marcos and go over the interior ideas that we have, and then I'm gonna meet with Chad and figure out how to make the steering wheel look like it's filled with Sriracha. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
So on the Lexus, we're gonna keep the factory leather that's in there, and all I would like to try to do is just add these colors into it.
Okay.
And then embroider on the headrest.
Okay.
Can you handle that?
Oh, yeah.
Keeping it simple. This should be pretty simple.
Super simple. We're keeping the heaters on the seat?
Yeah.
One of the hardest parts is going to be the seats, because it has built-in heaters on it, and they're part of the seat completely.
The only other thing you need to do is all the stitching, like on the dash, on the console and everything. We want to change it to green.
Okay.
On the door panels. And then we're making this custom steering wheel that's going to look like Sriracha's in the steering wheel, so we'll probably have some leather work on that.
Sounds good. Not a problem.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You too.
I say pretty simple, but not really simple. He's got to change all the thread to green. He's going to do some inserts in the seats. And then we're talking about doing the steering wheel that's going to have Sriracha in it. He's going to probably have some leather work to do on that. Other than that, it's pretty simple. So hopefully he gets it done on time.
You literally have to unstitch the whole seat in order to stitch it again with a different color thread. But it's West Coast Customs. We can do anything.
Oh, Chad.
What's up, Ryan?
Got a surprise for you, bud. Didn't you always say you wanted a Lexus steering wheel?
I did.
Yeah, so there it is.
Nice.
It's actually,
I'll put it on my Yugo.
yeah, it'll look good on there. You need to make that look like this.
All right.
This steering wheel, they want to be clear, and they want us to fill it with Sriracha sauce.
Is that the sauce dispenser?
Yeah, no. I told them that was probably a bad idea. So our thought was try to create it to look like it's filled with Sriracha. Let's do a clear ring around this, and then this would be the factory steel piece in the steering wheel. Paint it the same color we're doing the car, and make it look like it's filled.
Yeah, I can definitely do a resin to make the shape. I'm just concerned what's inside this wheel.
Yeah.
Did Musa open one up?
Musa always surprises us and creates these renderings that we have to figure out how to make them look like that. We have to figure out how to really make it happen.
All right.
So you got a blueprint. I think you should cut it open and see what's in there, and then let's create some kind of sample that I could show them to make sure they sign off on it.
I'll have the paint shop paint a small piece of metal, and we'll insert it in some acrylic and see what it looks like.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
All right, thanks, Chad.
Thank you.
Since this is one of the biggest parts of this build, besides the paint job, we got to make sure we hit it home.
First, I need to break this steering wheel down, get all the components off of here, take the paddles off, get everything broken down except for the leather. After I break down all the parts, I'm going to make templates of the steering wheel, both inner and outer, so I can make a mold. That's pretty much it. I have to make a mold of it while it still has the leather on, so for now, that's it.
The shop is working really hard right now. Marcos is underway with the interior. Chad's making the mold for the steering wheel. The paint samples have been approved. And if that's not enough, boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya stopped by and said, "Can you guys wrap my Lambo really quick?" So we're gonna wrap it satin black with some high gloss accents. I definitely want to do something special for this car, so I'm gonna take his Golden Boy logo and make some custom badges to give it that special touch.
So we're gonna do the logo on the hood, and we're gonna wrap on it. That way it's gonna look like embossed. The ventilator is difficult because it has like so many angles to wrap. Bumpers, fenders, door jambs. That's the reason why it's hard.
So this is the front badge for the Lambo, and I would like to incorporate this branding, into that. So the digital file is ready. It's time to get it to the CNC machine and start cutting.
Next on Inside West Coast Customs. It's the little key details that I don't think he's expecting.
Woo!
I'm shaking.
Let me get my Oompa Loompa suit on. Come on. Now it's time to spice it up with a little bit of pepper.
No! West Coast Customs did it again.
Woo! Little prep work here, a little wipe down. It's always good to prep it down so that they grease it. Then we get ready for a sealer. Then we go with a red base, throw some flake on there, some orange candy, and then clear coat over that. So that just takes up both booths, so I got Joanna to help me out. We're gonna spray both sides of the car, move over the parts, so it'll be white, white, red, red, flake, flake, clear, clear. Ready? Always strain your paint. All right. Let me get my Oompa Loompa suit on. Come on. It's a nice happy white for our hot sauce. Let's do this. So far, we got one coat of sealer on, which is the white. Then we followed up with 2 coats of red, which will match the sriracha. Now it's time to spice it up with a little bit of pepper. So this is the actual flake. It's kind of a yellow tinge to it. To make it more spicier, we'll pour some orange into the clear and spray a coat of that, which will tint this to an orange base, which will match the sriracha color a lot better. Boom. There you have it, all the base is done. All the sriracha spray is gonna be really hungry. Time to get some Vietnamese food. See ya.
Okay. This is the silicone I'm going to use to make the mold for the Lexus steering wheel sample. It's mixed with a 10-to-1 ratio. This box is where I'm going to pour the silicone once I mix it. Once I pour the silicone, I will drop in my part, and I'll make half of the part at each time, so it's a 2-part process. Okay, we poured both sides of the mold, and now I'm ready to separate each side to see how it came out. Looks like it came out pretty good. I've got a few little air bubbles on the outside, but it won't affect our part. The way we make this float in the center is by pouring it in layers. So I'm gonna pour it just under halfway.
That's about it.
Now we need to wait for it to gel, so I've got to keep a close eye on it now for the next hour to 2 hours. All right, it's time to put our simulated sriracha sample into our mold and pour the next layer. We want to essentially have this floating in the middle. I've got the sample positioned in place, and this should hold it while it dries and sets up. I need to wait about 2 hours for this layer to flash, and then I can pour the next layer. So my sample sat overnight, and it's ready to pop apart and see what happened inside the mold. It looks really good. I need to go clean it up, give it a bath, and do a little polishing. I think the client's really gonna like this. It looks like it's filled with sriracha.
So Oscar De La Hoya's Aventador is done. It was a pretty simple build. It was just a wrap, and we stepped it up a couple notches by adding some custom badges. Now it's time to get over to Angel City Boxing Ring, and hopefully Oscar's knocked out when he sees this. So I'm here at Angel City Boxing. This is pretty fun. You know, I love boxing, so I've watched his whole career. So this is like something special. It wasn't a big build. There wasn't a ton of stuff we needed to do, but it's the little key details that we did do that I don't think he's expecting. So I'm gonna go in, check out the gym, and then surprise him with this car. Good afternoon.
What's up, man?
I was like, I hope I'm in the right place.
Give it a shot, brother. Come on.
You know, I always wondered.
It's either hitting the bag or let's put on the gloves, brother. Come on, brother. Come on.
This is dope.
Yeah, this is like, I mean, this right here. Yeah. Boom. Always keep that right hand right here. Boom. Keep it up. You know, so this is it, man.
I love this. This is
where
a
it started.
great vibe in here.
This is where it started, brother. Right here.
I love it. A lot of history here.
It's all good right here.
A lot of history.
I'm a world champion, you know, many times over, but these guys are like the world champions at what they do. You know, they're the king. They're the best at what they do. Man.
I brought Ryan Jr. with me.
All right. Oh man, I'm sure it's
The
sweet.
neck breaker is what we call this car.
That's my baby.
Okay, bud, bring her around. So I definitely was a little nervous when I said, Ryan, pull around the corner.
All right. Can't wait.
Hopefully she made it in one piece. I was gonna send you a picture or two, but I was like, you know what? Nah, I can't. It's gotta be a surprise.
I can't wait. It feels like a fight. Like if I'm going into a fight, you know, and I'm like nervous. What? It's a freaking stealth bomber. Bro, come on, man.
So we wanted to do subtle things, right? When you wanted the logo on it, I was like, let's do it in a special way.
Oh, man.
But make it real.
Boom, right here. This is it, right here.
And then we put the logo on the hood.
That is awesome, brother.
It's almost like it's embossed.
It pops out at you, but it's very subtle. Woo! Ho, 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 ho.
Oscar can have whatever he wants, but he chose us to do this car, and I think we did a great job.
Ryan Jr.
Good to meet you.
Man.
Yeah.
Woo!
So look at the back.
Look at
It's like
that.
we can't do the front and not the back.
Oh my gosh, come on, man. I like the way you kept the carbon fiber. Yeah, just it looks amazing.
It offsets it, you know. Changing it to the satin black definitely made, you know, wow.
Yeah.
But then adding the little gloss black accents and then the logos.
Oh, you got down.
I feel like this could be the Golden Boy edition of Aventador.
I love it, man. I love
in
it.
a tasteful way.
Woo! I'm shaking. I literally started shaking. I mean, it just blew my mind. West Coast Customs, they did it again. They're incredible. It's classy. It's like, wow, you got down,
So we
brother.
did it.
Oh, you did it. I mean,
We did it.
You more than did it, man. I mean, it's freaking Batmobile, bro.
Yeah, it's the Golden Boy Batmobile. Exactly, that's it, yeah. That's
Right?
it.
I love it. And then Ryan brought you a surprise, too.
No,
Let
come
me
on,
grab it from the car, yeah?
I'm already shaking too much, man. Come on. I mean,
He is so focused on what he's passionate about.
right, okay.
I brought you that limited edition, sold out hoodie, can't get anywhere. I brought Oscar a gift from the new Pas de Faux collection titled The Mechanism. Yeah.
This is awesome, man.
all made in LA, hand-dyed.
It's beautiful. I mean, I didn't know he was a designer. With the feel and the look and everything, I mean, obviously he's going to be successful like his father, or even more. So I wish him all the best. Well, I'm going to throw it on and ride off onto the sunset with the Batmobile, right?
It looked like he liked it. I think he appreciated the hardware and the construction and the quality, so hopefully we see him in it.
West Coast Customs did it again.
That was the reaction we were looking for. You know, it's always good to do that. So the reveal went great, I think. You know, that was not a tough build for us, but at the same time, it means a lot. And I think just the little touches that we did really set it over the top.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs.
The rooster and the letters need to get painted red.
We found out there was going to be an issue because we didn't have enough clearance for the light.
Hopefully Chad can get the steering wheel figured out.
It's time to crack open the mold. That's not good.
So now that Oscar De La Hoya has his Aventador, it's really time to put the focus back on Lexus. Rhino killed it on the paint. It definitely looks spicy. Now it's time to work on the steering wheel. Since the sample's been approved, hopefully Chad can get this thing figured out.
It's time to make a mold for the steering wheel. I've created a form, and in this form, our steering wheel will sit, and I can pour our silicone in here to create a mold. Before I pour the mold, I have to use clay to block off the areas that aren't going to be formed out of silicone. For my acrylic for the top and 2 lower sides, I have to make a mold of it before removing the material. All right, let's see how this goes. So now I'm going to take this, drop it into the form, make a mold of each of the 3 areas, and then pop the wheel back out. After the mold is done, I have to remove the material from the steering wheel and see what is inside of the wheel. We're hoping that it's going to be round, just like the rendering. If not, we're going to have to weld in some pieces, paint them so they match the car, and then pour the acrylic. Honestly, the body shop did a really good job painting the steering wheel. Now it's time to put it in the mold and pour our resin. So first I have to place the wheel in the mold. Then I need to start pouring my resin, but I have to be careful. I have to do it about a ½ inch at a time. Wait for each layer to gel before I pour the next layer. If I don't, it's going to get too hot and catastrophic failure. It's going to take probably about 2 hours for each layer to kick. All right, so that's it for now. Time to hope and pray for the best.
It's definitely go time on this build. The interior is just about finished. Chad's working on the steering wheel, and I even had to recruit my wife. We had some 3D badges printed. The rooster and the letters are super tiny. Now they need to get painted red. So she's gonna have to get in there with her detailed paintbrush and get those things perfect.
I got a file from Oliver, an image, and I had to trace over the image to get a 2-dimensional line. From this drawing, we went to a 3D model in order to get some depth on our badge. From here, this file goes to the 3D printer and creates an actual 3-dimensional part with raised letters. After this step, it goes to paint, and then after that, it goes right onto the car.
So the resin's had time to cure overnight, and it's time to crack open the mold. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. That's not good. I have to come up with something to fix this. That's the problem right there. The top separated from the bottom. That sucks. That really sucks. So I need to see if I can salvage part of the mold and then core the backside again. Stay tuned for round 2. It's gonna be a late night. Mad. My mold separated. You're getting a kick out of this. You're like, this is great TV.
All right, so we got some Oracle LED lights with the Sriracha IS logo. Our original plan was to have them up in the side mirror, so when you open the door, it'll trigger and you have the logo facing down towards the floor. Now, originally when we opened up the mirror, we found out there was going to be an issue because we didn't have enough clearance for the light. So next plan was to have them down low on the door panel, and that also presented some other issues where the letters were too small when you were down low. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and bring it up a little bit higher up in the door panel and try to get it to a perfect spot where we'll get the logo at the correct width.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs.
I'm hoping he loves it so much that he wants one for himself.
So here we go.
Oh.
Wow.
Here's the trunk.
Wow.
Just in case. We hit the treasure chest.
The great thing about this build, we have a lot of sriracha.
I put it in everything. Soups, cup of noodles, enchiladas.
So I am the guinea pig here.
Oh, you don't hold back, do you?
The guys love spicy stuff, so I think this is gonna really help them push the build to the finish line.
All right, let's do this.
I want to see how much you put on.
Like that.
Good. I'm telling you, I love it.
How's the spice?
We need some more. That's good.
Oh, eating sriracha straight off my finger.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you don't have to whisper anymore.
Yeah.
Spicy, red, good. Sriracha.
Ah, spicy. I need to make it spicy.
And cut.
Next on Inside West Coast Customs.
It looks so awesome.
This week's build is definitely a hot one. We're doing a car for Lexus with the Hui Fong Company, makers of sriracha. I met with Brian Smith from Lexus and took a tour of the Hui Fong plant. They don't want anything too over the top for this build. They want us to take a Lexus IS and just spice it up a notch. The biggest feature on this build is the paint. We want it to look like it was sprayed with sriracha. So I had Rhino come in and make some samples. Using the sriracha in the spray gun didn't work out so well, but he did come up with a color that looks like sriracha. The exterior is completed with green accents and custom badges that my wife hand-painted. So we kept the interior pretty simple. Colorful seats with the sriracha embroidery, and then we added some custom stickers and lighted gobos in the doors. So we painted the metal of the steering wheel in sriracha red and encased it in clear plexiglass. It's given us some trouble, but hopefully the third time is a charm.
So last night, I cracked open the mold and checked out the steering wheel. It looks pretty good this time. So I need to sand it, polish it, give it to the interior shop to wrap it, and it's time to put it back on the car.
So the car is done, and it turned out amazing. Looks like a limited edition Lexus. Clean and classy. So I'm gonna head back to the Hui Fong plant, meet with Brian Smith from Lexus and David Tran, the creator of the Rooster sauce. I'm hoping he loves it so much that he wants one for himself. So I'm back at Sriracha. The car's already arrived. It's hidden in the back. I'm gonna grab Brian and David and show them this spicy IS.
That's a great idea. That's smart.
So here we go.
Oh, wow. Very good job.
I think we...
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, there's some flake in it to give it that chili effect.
The grill surround. I mean, our signature spindle grill looks so awesome.
And then we did the calipers green.
Oh, I love that.
Little touches on the mirror. Oh, and the exhaust tip, too. So it's a green chrome.
Oh, wonderful.
Subtle, but really classy.
Yeah.
Nice job. That's cool. I love the car.
So there's a bunch of little things that we've done. My wife actually hand-painted.
That's the rooster.
That's the rooster.
It's going to catch everyone's eye.
Very exciting. Very wonderful. Wonderful designs.
So one thing I like best about this car is how well the two brands blended together. That might be my favorite.
Yeah,
The light.
that was a surprise.
How do you do that?
How about that, huh?
That is so cool.
And then we did the seal plates.
That is really custom. Sriracha IS. Some people will say Sriracha is Lexus.
And then the interior was very subtle.
Oh, look at the stitching.
So we got the stitching in there. We got both brands embroidered on there really nice.
And you see the temperature.
You want it hot or do you want Sriracha hot?
David was definitely impressed, and you know, all the little details and all the little things, he caught them before I could even say them.
That's cool.
Very, very detailed.
So little touches, you know?
All the detail, very exciting.
Well, here's a special touch. Are you
you
sure
like
that's
that?
not real?
The tag?
That really makes it authentic.
It's authentic. It's authentic.
Wonderful.
You start to notice things. The driving mode can go from being subtle to Sriracha performance. So they've been able to do things that don't even, you have to actually look at them to see them come out. That's how authentic it is.
So the trunk
Oh, wow. It's
came
perfect.
off the factory
it's
floor,
off the
right? So here's the
Oh,
trunk.
wow.
Just in case.
We hit the treasure chest.
Just in case. You need some Sriracha for the road.
For the big party.
Yeah.
Hot car.
This is a hot car.
Hot car.
You're gonna need one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta look at the steering wheel.
Oh. Nice, nice. I love it.
Hot and ready to go.
That is great.
Yeah.
And then there's one final touch. If you turn on the dome light.
Oh, wow. Sriracha glow.
Yeah.
That's very cool. It's going to get a ton of press. So many people are going to get in it and think that it's an actual special edition and say, where can I get mine? I want to put my order in now. That's a problem.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Such a cool idea.
I think we did a good job. So my job's done here. Now it's time to get back to work.